Beginning of my spiritual journey started when I was going through a divorce. And at the same time, while I was going through a divorce from an abusive relationship, my business partner robbed me from all my money in the company we had together. So I was in a situation where, okay, I have nothing. My best friend just screwed me over. All the money's gone. I have so much responsibilities. I don't know what to do. And at the same time, I was like, my personal life is falling apart and I'm asking for a divorce. So I was going through a torn time between my business and myself. And I was like, why does this all happen all together? I don't get it. So it was basically from hitting rock bottom. And when you hit rock bottom, pain either, beats you or teaches you, basically. So I decided, instead of dwelling in pain and playing the blame game where I blame my business partner or my life partner or blaming them for how bad they are, what they've done, I decided to just focus on me and build a lot of curiosity to where did I go wrong? What's wrong with my choices? Why do I choose wrong boyfriends, husbands? Why do I choose wrong business partners? What is wrong with me? And that's where self-growth started. And I went through a spiritual journey because I remember, when sometimes everything goes down a spiral, all the bad things happen at once.
Yes, when it rains, it pours.
When it rains, it pours, right? And everything was pouring hard at me at that time. So I remember I was sitting at home and I got a phone call from the government. And they said, I've been elected by His Highness to be a board member in the government. And then that was the moment where I realized that God never abandons you, Even though it's been pouring, it's bad, everything's going down, I lost a lot, but He opened a window. A door got closed, but a window got open. And that's when I realized that if you just trust the process, everything happens not to you, it's for you. It doesn't happen like that. Ask and you shall receive. That's something we all know, right? But if you're just chilling there waiting for God to FedEx you or DHL you information, it's not going to work like that. Because you work hard, He works harder with you. But you have to show Him how badly you want it. You have to prove that you really want this. And and He just sends you everything in signals, in messages, and I always say sometimes I'd be thinking of something and I'm asking a question and I'll get an immediate hint out of nowhere, and I'll look up and I always say, God, you have such a beautiful sense of humor, and the way you send things. But it takes an awakened person and a person that's aligned to realize that this is a sign. Otherwise, what do people call it? Coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence in this life. It doesn't work like that. Yes, and doing the work so you can receive and channel these things from the universe. So you can be a portal, basically. And we, people call it ideas. In spirituality, we call them downloads because it's not an idea. It just didn't come out of nowhere. It was because I am attuned to a higher frequency. I get downloads every now and then. I get things from divine sources. And when you're open to these things, you receive them. Ask and you shall receive. He never said chill and you shall receive. Yeah. The tipping point, when I have this conversation with people and I ask this question, I'm like, so they've told you who to be. Who are you? And they have no answer. So I want you to have an answer. And the only way to have an answer is to dive in deep within yourself and to face everything and to have the balls to question everything you've been told. Everything I was taught that I believed in, I questioned it all, And it takes someone who is, I say, strong, and someone who really, really is desperate to find out their truth and desperate to be the best version of them. Curiosity over fear. Curiosity over fear. Because us humans, we fear a lot of things, like the unknown, taking risks. What if I do this? What if that? It can be anything. It can be ghosts. It can be anything. We fear a lot of things. But if you train your brain to choose curiosity over fear, and you subconsciously say it to yourself for that amount of time, your brain will choose that pattern.